This is John.
This is Danny.
Welcome to Do You Know?
All right, man. So what's going on?
So I got a question for you. So basically, I'm a security guard, and I got people who are disrespectful, you know? Basically, I got people... So basically, when you come to the security shack, one of the requirements is you're supposed to give me the address you're going to.
Right.
And then I'm supposed to allow you entry into the property.
Right.
Some people want to give me profanity. They're like, it's effing this street, you know? Or they want to be like, you already got me. You already took down my information. And they give me like the stop hand, you know, like don't give me any more. Or they're like, I don't know where I'm going. I've been coming here for 15 years kind of thing. So like, what would you do? I think I know what you would do. I think you would give them like the business.
Okay. So remember, this is your bread and butter.
Right.
This is your job. You got hired to do a job, and this represents you as a person. So this is your commitment. You go here 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, whatever it is, every single day. So when I'm at work, I treat my job like it's my bread and butter, and I'm not going to let anyone take away my bread and butter.
Right.
But I'm going to use poise. I'm going to use tact. So, for example, in a situation where someone's using profanity to me, all of a sudden, like, I can't hear. All of a sudden,
no habla.
Oh, no habla. All of a sudden, it's no habla. I don't know what to do here. I can't even deal with the situation if you're going to use, you're going to be not decent to me.
Right.
There's no conversation here. So what you need to do is you need to leave.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, you're on your way.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing I can do. You already messed up. Try to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that would be my first approach. Now, if that's not allowed, so like you could have rules where like they have to get in or something, or, you know, again, you don't want someone to like drive through the gate. You don't want someone to like open fire on you. You know what I mean? So you need to use a little bit of poise into who they are and why they're coming there. So like, obviously, like if they live there, you've seen them before, they're having a bad time, a bad night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just let them in. It's not worth it.
I think it's because they're rich and they think they can like take advantage of someone who's making low money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's not cool.
I know.
That is not cool.
It's not cool.
But the thing is this, if they're rich, why can't they just open the gate themselves?
Well, no, but it's not about opening the gate. It's about me, because there's been threats of violence. So basically, I'm supposed to keep out people. I'm actually screening people. So it's not just moving the cone, because anyone can do that. I'm supposed to actually observe and make sure certain people don't come in based on the license plate, based on description, based on what address they're going to, because...
Oh, so you have like a procedure. So so there's certain elements that cannot come into certain addresses.
Right.
There's certain vehicles that cannot come in.
Right.
There's certain people, if they match the description, are not allowed on the property.
Right.
Okay, so this is what I would do. I would say with a smile, hi, there's been, for your safety, I would go, hi, for your safety, I have to make sure that you can come into this property.
Right.
And if they give me any lip from that, then I'd say you cannot come into this property.
Right.
So I would say, look, I'm doing this for your safety. And as soon as you say that in your uniform, people should show automatic respect because you're doing it for their safety. I remember taking a trip not too long ago to Florida. And there was some kind of crime going on at the property. We were at an Airbnb. And I remember an awful long wait to get through this security checkpoint. And I asked the security guard, I said, what the heck is going on? Like, you know, we're paying all this money for the Airbnb. We got all the kids in the car. Why the hell are we waiting to get in here?
Right.
And I'm upset about it.
Right.
And I'm like one of these a-holes that you're talking about.
Right.
Because it's like, why is this our day? I just want to get in here and go back to the place that we're renting.
Right.
He says there is something happening on this property, and for your safety, we have to screen each vehicle. And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It made me feel better. So it was like, whoa, for our safety. Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
So I would use the words for your safety. Because as soon as you say that, also during like pandemic talk and all this, that is a key, I think, to get into someone's brain with all the brainwashing.
Yeah.
Use the word safety.
Safety.
Because that's going to trigger an automatic response. Because everyone wants to be protected. Everyone wants to feel safe.
Yeah.
So if you directly tell someone this is for your safety, they're probably not going to say anything back to you. Because if they do, it implies that they don't care about their safety.
Right.
And if you don't care about your safety, we can't have you on this property.
Right.
Because this is a safe property.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So you can kind of get them caught up in the word game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing this for your protection, for your safety. Oh, well, F you, this and that. It's like, you see, you don't sound like you're very safe. So, I don't know if you're safe for yourself to even be here.
Yeah.
So you might have to go be safe somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry you're going through that.
Yeah, it's just well, I want to say the opposite of a perk of the job, but it's whatever part, it's a part of the job.
It's like, it's like a demerit or whatever. It's
yeah.
But the other thing is this, what you have to also remember is because you are wearing a uniform of any type.
Yeah.
There are people who are trained to hate the police. There are people who are trained to just hate anyone who's any kind of authority figure.
Yeah.
So what happens is because you're also like a tall guy, you're strong, you work out. So what happens is people have Napoleon complex. They don't want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
So you have to be very smiley, I think, in that position. You can't be the tough security guard.
Right.
On a property. You can be a tough security guard if you have a weapon and you are like in front of a convenience store or you're in front of a nightclub.
Yeah.
Then it's different. It's like, look, might shoot you tonight.
Right.
It's a different whole vibe. Hey, I'm going to make sure that we can have safe people on this property. You got to be that like kind of happy-go-lucky. Hey, everything's cool. Don't worry. We're going to get you in a second. You got to kind of, I think, have that like, hey, I'm your host.
Right.
Kind of element, even though you're the security guard, but like you're the host of the property. So, hey, I want to make sure everyone's cool. You got to be overage. You got to meet these certain requirements to be on the property. This is how I run it, and then everyone's going to be safe here.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the better approach, kind of that Amazon, Disneyland approach. Like, the Disneyland security guards?
Yeah.
Super friendly. They're not really, like, aggressive. They're not like, hey, man, you got to get out of Fantasyland. It's kind of like, hey, you got to be careful about littering. You got to keep an eye on the kids. You know what I mean? They're very, like, even though they wear the headsets and they're in uniform, you know what I mean? They're not, like, dragging people into the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd say that at a commercial property with houses, and like you said, with rich people who are expecting like to be served like a servant.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a servant mentality. It's like you are their servant in their minds, even though you're not. You know what I mean? You're doing it for your money, and you just have to figure out, I think, the tact.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
So what do you think? So I read this. There's a group of guys in their 50s who are on their way to Poland, and they're trying to make it to the battlefield.
Really?
And they're asked why. They don't have any ties to Ukraine.
Okay.
They say because they're bored.
Okay.
They always want to get some action. They want to do something in their life. And they're like, give me a gun. Like, I'll go.
Yeah.
And they're literally going. We're talking about, it's like, 1,500 guys in this group, like, throughout the country here, who are literally just going to just F around.
See, we're going to end up having to rescue them. That's going to be the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's like, because of the internet, it's like, that's the good idea. What do you, like, we're bored, we're not doing anything. You know what?
Yeah, we'll go over and fight in the Ukraine. Right.
It's like, it's so funny to me. Like, how did life get that bored that you want to go to a war? There used to be a time where you would have to be forced to go to war.
Well, you said the key age, 50. So they missed Vietnam.
Right.
And we haven't really had like a... Because Afghanistan and Iraq weren't really wars that you wanted to be part of. And now with social media being what it is, you can see this is the first social media war. Yeah. This is the first war where you're watching it on TikTok, you're watching it on YouTube, you're seeing it. It's not necessarily on network news, but you're seeing like the action. So this is for this generation. These are guys, past their midlife crisis, and they're going to see, hey, I want some action in my life before I get into my walker years.
Right. Yeah, they want to get a couple confirmed kills, I guess.
Right.
I was watching on TikTok, so any tank that was abandoned, I guess they abandoned tanks because they ran out of gas.
Yeah.
So if you find a tank in Ukraine, you get to keep it.
Oh.
And I was watching a bunch of videos of even these young women who know how to drive tanks.
Wow.
And they're driving them and they're parking them at their house and driving them around. And the government said that there are no tax. So basically you find a tank or any kind of vehicle.
Yeah.
It's not taxable. It's yours.
Wow.
So people are literally on the battlefield trying to collect this huge equipment. They're gassing it up, driving it home.
Yeah.
Just finding a Russian, whatever they're called, APG or whatever these are, and just a couple rocket launchers in them, and
go for it.
Just hey man, hoorah!
Hoorah!
Yeah, I mean, it's a trip. It is a trip. So what do you think? So the big argument right now going on is Ukraine is fighting for the UN or NATO to make a no-fly zone over the Ukraine.
Right.
And Russia has specifically said, if you do that, then you're infringing on the war. Then you're basically joining the war.
Right. And then there's consequences.
There's consequences. And then a retired Army general suggested that we send our whole ballistic fleet out there to call Russia's bluff. So you send all of our nuclear subs and activate them.
Right.
And just go, what are you going to do now, Putin?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Because, again, his age, he's 70. I mean, I don't think he's looking to be on the planet much longer. So I think he would do things differently now than when he was, let's say, 40.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's he's already ate enough caviar. It's he's already had enough houses and cars and seen the world and meetings and women and whatever. It's he's burnt out.
Right. I don't think I think that he's in a different space mentally to react to something like this. And plus he's been planning it for quite some time, and he says he has some kind of backup plan should the world move against him. Mm-hmm. So I don't know that would be... I mean, I know people are trying to come up with the best solution, but I don't know that that's it.
Well, they want to call... Basically, that solution is basically calling him out. But the problem is, if he calls that bluff, then what? He activates his subs. Yeah. And now you got a high-end, nuclear level where everyone's ready to push to be first. Yeah. Because, supposedly in nuclear war, whoever fires first wins. Yeah. But I think reality is both sides lose. It's going to be a double KO. Remember Street Fighter 2? Yeah. It'd be the double knockout. It'd be a double knockout.
It'd be a double knockout.
Yeah, there's no way one side wins. The only thing is that if they use these chemical weapons on Ukraine, that could hurt Russia because it's so close. Yeah. So they're saying there's a lab in Ukraine that's full of these biological weapons. Yeah. And they're worried that those are going to get exposed into the air and we're going to have another pandemic based on these, because they're saying that one rocket blast to the wrong location could open up these biological weapons.
I don't understand biological weapons. Having experienced COVID now, they don't stay put. Right. So biological weapons, I don't necessarily understand as a weapon. I mean, they do target people and they leave the structures in place. So, they're not, so you can move into the city once the biological weapon has run its course. And you can take over the factories, you can take over the houses, you can take over the buildings and stuff. But having gone through COVID, I mean, it can go over the entire world.
Well, I think what it is if you have the antidote. So what happens with the military is they're creating biological weapons that they give all their soldiers the antidote.
Yeah.
They release it. Everyone else gets, gassed and is dying. Soldiers walk in. It doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
And then that's the whole idea of the chemical warfare is that they'll mustard gas them, and then they won't be able to hold weapons because they'll have such big welts all over their body.
Right.
They won't be able to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like burning or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tear gas and all that.
Yeah. Warfare, man. It's
bad.
It's a bad business.
It's basically just savage, brutal. I mean, nowadays with all the technology, that's what they're saying, that Russia's using weapons that are like banned.
Yeah.
They're using like these ballistic, we talked about it, but like literally it's just blowing up civilians, just mass casualties. But again, Ukraine called out a civilian army. So Russia's killing civilians, but the civilians are militants.
Yeah.
So on Russia's defense, if you have a militia army that isn't in uniform, you kind of put all the civilians at risk.
Yeah.
Because you don't know which one is. That's guerrilla warfare. That's the problem with guerrilla warfare. Is once you have just everyone with, guns,
yeah,
you got to kill everybody. You got to shoot everybody.
Yeah. And
if you're a soldier, like I play a video game where I'm a soldier. If you're a soldier, you're shooting first and asking questions later.
Right.
Like in the game, as long as you kill someone on your team, and you're just like, hey, sorry about that. It's like you got to do it, not every time, but you know what I mean. If there's like that quick split second decision,
yeah,
you just got to shoot first. Because if not, you're dead.
Right.
So you know what I mean. When you look at it, the risk versus the reward, you got to go for the reward.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a little tough, and it's interesting how the Ukrainian president is fighting with the troops.
Yeah, he's a pretty noble fighter. Yeah, I don't know, and I think eventually a sniper's gonna get him.
I know the way he's like walking around and like he's still in his office and
yeah, because once you get him, that's like getting Martin Luther King.
Right.
You're getting like the head of the honcho,
Yeah.
Because there's not really a second in line. It's not like it's him and this like group that's like really motivated. It's like one person.
Yeah.
You never want to be an army of one. You want to have that's why government's important, because you have all these different layers.
Yeah.
So like one person gets knocked out, but it's like, hey man, we still got the same agenda because we are a government. Right? We're all in the same line.
Right.
He's like just one. He doesn't really have like a big infrastructure. I think it's almost to the point where it's not worth the continued bloodshed. It's like eventually Russia's gonna win.
So Russia, from what I understand, they have given conditions upon which they will withdraw, but like the Ukraine has to declare itself like a neutral country, and they have to acknowledge the Maldives as like sovereign nation and a bunch of stuff that Russia wants from the Ukraine, like stuff they would never agree to. But they have given some conditions under which they will withdraw. Well,
Ukraine, in my opinion, should take them because they're not going to be able to, how some wars, 5-year, 10-year wars, they're lucky to make it through, 90 days.
Yeah.
90 days, if we fast forward, this thing's going to be just nothing. I mean, they're already destroying the whole city, every building. It's not like they have this crazy infrastructure to like build buildings and roads and freeways and all this money and just, blow everything up. We'll repave, we'll rebuild. I mean, it's already going to take them like 50 years to build another city.
Yeah.
To build skyscrapers and all your stuff, your whole downtown, your government.
The plus of it, though, is the new stuff will be modernized, though. You know what I mean? Because I think Ukraine is pretty ancient as far as like the stuff they have. I've seen pictures. Like it's not exactly New York City.
It's rubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with other places around the world. I mean, even like a couple times that I visited like Jerusalem. Yeah. There's old buildings. Yeah. I'm not putting down Jerusalem. I'm sure they got a bunch of new stuff now, but I saw some old stuff too. They had stuff They have buildings that are literally like, 20 stories and staircases.
Yeah.
They're not even an elevator.
Yeah.
You're like, man, this is old. Who's doing that? 20 stories with your groceries?
Right.
You can only carry like 4 bags.
Right.
Then you got like 12.
Right.
It's like an hour just to bring your groceries up and down, but you're like, whoa, it's exercise.
Right.
Not a great life.
Nah.
I mean, So, okay. So basically they're going to put in a puppet government. That's the idea. Make everyone basically USSR.
Yeah.
And not allow them, to join NATO. But, this makes NATO look bad, I think, too. A little bit. I mean, yes, we don't want to get into a nuclear war. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it also kind of means that anyone who threatens nuclear war might be able to kind of go wherever they want if it's not NATO.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, why can't China now just go into Taiwan, right? Taiwan's on NATO, right?
Right.
And just...
Well, I think probably China is looking very closely at this situation. They're probably watching to see what's going to happen. Like, is Putin going to be assassinated? They're probably watching this very closely to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah, because it's like, if you know that you have a move that works, like, for example, in poker, if you know the table and you know that you can push so many chips on a certain player and they'll like insta throw their cards away, fold, and give you the pot.
Yeah.
You're gonna like keep doing that. You might not do it every single time.
Yeah.
But you'll keep that move in your mind. So
Right.
like when you are in a pot, you'll be like, I'll bet that again because I know you throw away your cards.
Right.
So if Putin is giving the world the game plan on how to push everyone aside, so it's still like diplomacy, like free will. Like the United States is going, well, we could fight you, like we could do all this,
Yeah.
but we're not going to. Then why can't like North Korea and all these places just kind of push up, take some more territory,
Yeah.
and be like, hey, if you set foot, then we'll have consequences you've never seen before.
Well, okay, but the thing is that he has experienced like financial consequences like he's never seen before. Like the ruble has plummeted.
It was already worth almost nothing.
Right, but now it's worth nothing times nothing. You know
what? This is the truth. Russia has a bond in Chinese currency.
Okay.
This whole hurting their money, their economy. As soon as they cash that bond with China,
yeah,
they're gonna have all the money. They have trillions and trillions of dollars in Chinese currency.
Okay.
So unless we hurt the Chinese currency, they still have money.
Okay.
So really, that's really the truth is, and everyone can look this up. So one of the things that Russia did do was invest a lot of their money into other currency, knowing there could be sanctions.
Right.
So it's an illusion. They're going, well, now you can't use PayPal, and you can't use Visa, and you can't use MasterCard, because that's what that system is.
Yeah.
They'll be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you won't have as many department stores, right? They're going to pull out, right? Because if you don't have the creditors, right, who take Visa and MasterCard, then a lot of businesses won't be able to do business because they're not cash business.
Right.
So that's going to hurt the people there because they won't be able to go to certain retailers. They won't be able to go to whatever their version of Macy's is.
Yeah.
That won't be there probably because Macy's, you're not going to go into Macy's and buy a Coach bag for $5,000 in cash.
Right.
You're going to give them the MasterCard or whatever. So if they can't accept it, Macy's probably won't be there because they can't make change for $5,100 or whatever. You got to give them $6,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they won't have that kind of money, especially if the ruble's worth nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll just be too many bills. There'll be nowhere to put all the paper.
Right.
So that's the issue is if your currency's worth nothing, there's no way to store infinite amount of bills when people want to buy things.
Right.
So that's really what they're doing. They're making it so like you go to the store and you're gonna have to bring like your watch. You're gonna bring like a chain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your ring. You're gonna have to do a deal because they're not gonna be able to accept a wheelbarrow of bills.
Of bills.
They're gonna be like, well, we could light this on fire. This is 5 cents. You just gave me 5 billion bills. This is 5 cents. We're gonna need, 100 trillion bills to make $3. Yeah. So that's why. That's really what they're doing. So it's not gonna hurt the military, and it's not gonna hurt Putin. It's gonna hurt people who are trying to go get a bagel. Yeah. It's gonna hurt the people they want to go to Denny's, whatever their Denny's is.
Yeah.
It'll be weird, right? It's like you try to tip the waiter, you're like putting your, rubles on the table. You're gonna have to stack it to the ceiling, and then what is the waiter gonna do? You can't even put them in his pocket.
Right.
That's why they're making their money hilarious.
Yeah. It's a tough one, man.
It's tough, yeah. And they're in a bad situation. I was listening to a report where they had a caller from the Ukraine. And I guess they have to hide in underground basements at night because of the explosions.
Okay. Just
outside of the capital. And they were asking this person on the show what do they want or what do they think to end this? And they basically were saying they need United States to come and save them.
I see.
And so what I got out of that, and again, the English is a little broken, is that there's some kind of hope that America is going to come and save the people.
The people of Ukraine.
That's how, in their hearts, when they're praying at night, they're praying that U.S. will come and save them.
I see.
So, you know what happens when you break someone's heart. It's a bad feeling.
Yeah.
So I think the future generations of Ukrainian people may have a little bit of resentment for the United States in the future.
Well, it's still early. I mean, it's still early as far as us going in and doing something.
It's like the first quarter of the game.
Yeah, it's still possible that we go in and do something. But for the time being, we're not doing anything. Because remember, for World War I and II, we didn't go in. We were...
We had to wait.
We were outside until something happened.
Well, Pearl Harbor.
Right.
Was the big, kick in the groin where the U.S. was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right.
Bringing us in.
Right. So, we typically do wait until third, fourth quarter to get involved in wars, So it's possible that we could...
Well, you want to get them when they're worn down.
Yeah.
You don't want to get them when they first got there.
Right.
All fired up.
Right.
You want to get them the 5th year. They're all burned out. We come in fresh.
Right. Yeah.
That's a strategy. It's just Ukraine can't sustain itself. So we know they're going to plummet.
Yeah.
And listen, if you look at the size of the armies, there's literally no comparison. It's imagine 60 to 9,000. In every category, that's what it is. It's they have 60 Jeeps, they have 9,000 Jeeps. They have 60 airplanes, they have 9,000 airplanes. It's like that. It's a ridiculous amount of numbers. And again, it might not actually be 9,000, but what I mean is it's just, there's no way you can go against the second largest army when you have the, 100 million, smallest army.
Yeah.
It's just a number it's just math. Doesn't matter if you have the best shooters, the best aim, even the ghost of Kyiv or whatever, he's dead.
Oh, really?
They got him.
Oh, no.
So the ghost, the ace, they got him. They shot him down. A MiG got him, a Russian MiG.
Yeah.
And they're celebrating.
Yeah.
And that was it. They showed pictures of it. So it's was very sad. It's dude, I mean, he did good. He got 12 kills or whatever it was. He's an ace, and they got him. So it's he wasn't going to be live forever.
Yeah.
I had read that another country had donated some fighter planes to them. So they have some more fighter planes, but they don't necessarily have more pilots.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if they're going to let people wing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like just
like Independence Day.
Yeah, where it's like, all right, this is going to be a quick one-day training.
Yeah.
This is how you get into the air, and this is how you shoot.
Right.
Let's do it, boys and girl. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have no chance against like this trained Russian, MiG fighters, in sync. It's like just this like brigade of like, bums.
Right.
Found on like the outskirts of Ukraine.
Well, that might be what it takes to get the world involved. I mean, once Ukraine starts to lose dramatically, that might be when NATO decides to do things differently. As long as they're relatively evenly matched on the for the time being, possibly NATO is looking at it like we don't need to get involved for the what I mean. But once it becomes a crushing defeat, and it becomes obvious that Russia could do this in another country, that might be what swings NATO to, into further action.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't Poland at some point a part of the USSR?
I don't think so.
Okay. For some reason, I was under the impression that they somehow had some ties to them, but
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I mean that would be really in where they're going, where they're headed. If they keep going, then they would be up there. I don't know. Do you think that Russia really wants to make an impression on the world? That like they are kind of the modern era Hitler? Like they want to take over?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was they were there before Hitler. So they, like in 1917, they were grabbing land, with the whole with the Bolsheviks and, with Ivan the Terrible and, with the whole Russia motherland, that they were doing what they're doing now, and that's how they became the USSR. So it's not a new thing for Russia to grab land. So I think that, like I said, Putin being the age that he's at, I think he's probably looking at his legacy and going, well, I haven't acquired land for Russia. And that's a cultural thing. The cultural thing of expanding it. Because Russia is, I think, the largest country on the planet. From I think, right? It's the largest country.
Yeah, but not the largest population.
Right.
It's about this land.
Right, just land.
Yeah.
So culturally, they have
but Asia's close. I mean, if you look at
right.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm just talking about like country size because they're both in Asia and in Europe.
I got you.
So I think they have an obsession with size. Some people just like big things, and so as a country, they probably look at acquiring land differently than and like the British, when the British when they had a huge empire and the sun never set on the British Empire, just certain empires had an obsession with size, so they would just go out and take more, even though they didn't need it, even though...
Right, they didn't have the sustainability of the population.
Right.
They just wanted to control more territory.
Right.
But they had nothing there. It was just like wilderness.
Right, exactly. So I think that maybe going back and doing something like that. So I think if anything, Hitler was copying Russia in that regard of taking land. Or copying some of the imperial countries.
Yeah. Now I think that maybe what the Ukraine should do, and I know this is probably going to be looked at as bad advice from the viewers, listeners. Do you think maybe Ukraine should pull a play that from ISIS Start doing
What?
like start in with the suicide bombers.
Suicide bombers.
Because that would throw off the A gap. So like here comes I'm just gonna give you a little war.
The problem is, so here's the thing with ISIS. They have the numbers. So they can afford to lose a couple 100,000 people to suicide bombers. I don't know that Ukraine's population could sustain the loss of that type of personality. So it takes a certain personality to blow oneself up, a certain type of courage. I think you would rather have that person fighting on the front line with a weapon, trying to take out 2 or 3 or 4 people, because you're not going to get close enough to the enemy without them shooting you. So in a warfare situation, I don't think you're going to be able to, do any kind of damage unless you're like running up to tanks or running into their barracks.
When they come into the city, I'm saying, when they come to the capital, I'm saying you have a few suicide bombers, blow them up. That's going to make them back up a little bit and go, wait a minute, how about if Ukraine, you know how easy it is to convert to Muslim? All you have to do is all you have to say is a few words. Right. How about if they, as a country, said the vow to Muhammad, and therefore, all Muslims in the protection of Muhammad would have to come defend the Ukraine against Russia because they're now a Muslim country.
I see. Well, that's interesting.
Because I'm just saying, because now you're bringing in the numbers, and all you gotta do is convert.
Right. Well, they're a heavy Christian country. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it would be looked at as sacrilegious, but it's definitely something to consider. Once they're down to a couple 100,000 people, I think anything is possible. Once you're down to your last few people, if I was the president of Ukraine, I'd be calling up the jihads.
I'd be whatever they're called. I would be calling it up like, look, how do I get him in here? Like, let's bring in the religious game, baby.
Let's bring in the religious nuts.
Call it, do it for whatever.
Right.
Bring him in.
Right.
Send a few down here.
Maybe the climate, though. Isn't it cold
you can still Ukraine? Blow up in cold weather. It doesn't matter, the weather to explode. All you need is the position.
Right.
Like, they're in the car. They drive into it, it blows up.
Right.
It's not complicated.
Some IEDs, right.
They have a few extra planes. Imagine that. Kamikaze.
No, here's the problem with that, because then you leave yet another ISIS controlled country. So because this is what we did.
Then the U.S. has to get involved.
Right, because we did this in Iran, we did this in Afghanistan, we did this in Iraq,
Kosovo,
right?
Turkey.
Yeah, we enabled ISIS, we enabled the Taliban. This is exactly what we did.
Yeah,
we said, hey, why don't you come in and help? We'll do the Muslim fundamentalist thing.
They got the fighters.
We got the fighters. We won, and then they stayed, and then it turned into a negative situation. So
we bring in the Indian army. It's the biggest army in the world.
Right.
1 billion fighters.
Right.
Imagine that. Just like, yo, India. Yo.
Right.
Let's do this. What is Russia going to do against 1 billion fighters?
The problem is India might go, we want to take over Ukraine. You see what I mean? Yeah. So the problem is what happens afterwards.
Yeah, who runs it? Who runs the show?
Right, because then they go, we won for you, so what do we get as a result of our help?
Yeah.
Like, maybe money's not enough. Maybe we want a piece of your country. And Ukraine goes, we don't want to do that, and now it turns into another war.
Oh man, they're in a bad position. They don't really have anything there.
Right.
They don't really have anything that anyone wants.
They grow a lot of wheat, and that's it. They basically grow wheat.
And now
they don't have oil.
We're able to genetically modify wheat and grow as much as we want of it.
Yeah.
There's GMOs.
Right. So, yeah, they don't have a lot of bargaining chips. They don't have a lot of stuff to give away except land and wheat. Yeah. So
yeah, so they're just gonna have to. There's gonna have to either be, on the run. Like right now, you have like 1 million refugees.
Right, I heard Israel took in a bunch of refugees recently.
Well, that's good. I mean, Israel. If anyone should, Israel should. I mean, that's always like the safe haven place to go.
Right.
United States should take in a bunch, and like I guess Poland's been taking in a bunch. But what it's like it ends up that legacy, that Ukrainian legacy, is slowly disappearing because eventually, when they are taken away, do you think Ukraine will be there, or they're gonna rename it?
Oh, I see. I don't know. I mean, I think typically places that get taken over keep the name, Yeah, so. I think so. It just becomes like, look at Rome, look at Egypt, like, even though the ownership gets changed, or Greece, it still maintains its original name.
Well, that's something that they should think about. Maybe be the first, country to take over a place and be like, now we call it something different. We call it Mother Russia.
Mother Russia.
No, I mean, I feel bad for the Ukrainian people. It sucks that you have so many years of like your life, your country, your language, all your things, and then all of a sudden someone can just come in there with weapons.
Yeah.
And kill everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a soldier or you're a civilian, and take your land. It's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
But that's why we have armies. That's why we have all this infrastructure. I mean, think about the United States. Why do we spend so much money on military and technology and all this stuff? Because why wouldn't someone want to have all this?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a trip.
It's a lot to think about.
It's a lot to think about.
All right, man. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, man. This is Danny.
This is John.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.